This duel contains dangerously wet content.
Hey, it's me, Simp King. Welcome to another video. And today we're going to be talking about Konami's crazy new ban list that they dropped on Christmas. So let's talk about it. And what does it have? We got to check the Christmas tree for the gift Konami has given us. And looks like the gift is right here. It is a copy of Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. And why is this on the Christmas tree? It's because Konami has given us a way to summon the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon for free. Essentially, we have one card that will make us the Dragoon without using our normal summon, and that is the Sky Striker Hornet Drones. Konami's just decided that we are allowed to have 3 of them, which is fun because you can search for it with the Sky Striker Mobilize Engage, which lets us search for the Hornet Drones. So we got 6 Hornet Drones in the deck, which means we can make Red Eyes Dark Dragoon for free without using our normal. That means we're going to play some 2025 Umi. Unfortunately, don't have the ban list implemented in the game yet, so I will be playing this without the 2 extra copies of Hornet Drones, but pretty easy modification if you want to play it. So let's see how it does. Let's go.
All right, like I said, we are testing out our Umi deck, and this is a modified version of the going second Umi deck that I took from Pacifist Rat. So check out that video if you haven't watched it already. It came on the channel, and we played Umi together. It was a lot of fun. Opponent going first, playing the Live Twins, and they even got the Live Twin field, which is pretty fun. Good for them. And opponent going to do their Live Twin combo, but thankfully we are a deck that is good going second. We have a lot of going second cards in here. And we do not currently have our combo to make the Dragoon. Now, I did mention earlier that because the ban list isn't implemented, I had to substitute 2 cards. So I got 2 of the spell card that just draws a card and gives your opponent 1,000 life. That is what we're substituting for the 2 copies of our Sky Striker Hornet Drones. So if we draw that, that's what you change. We'll talk about that in the deck list. But opponent, final end board. Ooh, we draw it. Okay, we drew Sky Striker Mobilize, which means we can search for the Hornet Drones. This is exactly what we're looking for. Opponent, Evil Twin Trouble Sunny. Doesn't do anything right now, but it can quick effect tribute itself and summon their Kikis and Lalas from the graveyard. And one of them draws a card, the other one pops something. So we do have to force them to use this before it's time, like before they want to, and we can do that with our Mecha Widow Anchor. We can just target it and force them to activate now, or they won't be able to do it. Let's just first use Foolish Buggets, send an Ice Bear to the graveyard. We'll want you to do that later. Fish Sonar, just to see if opponent has some negates they want to use. They do not seem to. Opponent, just gonna fire off some stuff right now, I guess. Let's Sky Striker Mecha Widow Anchor to target and force them to activate. Now we also will have 3 spells in the graveyard, which means our Mobilize also draws a card. It searches for the Hornet Drones, and it draws a card. Completely nuts. It's like better Pot of Greed. It's Pot of Greed plus you get the exact card you're looking for. A 1 free Dragoon, please. Opponent, doing what we said. They're forced to do this now. Summoning their Evil Twins. They don't have anything to pop, so their pop is gone. But they do get to draw a card. Very strong. Let's Mobilize. Hope they didn't draw an Ash Blossom. Hornet Drones to the hand. And we get the Ice Barrier. Let's Hornet Drones. All right, now, very important. Very important. You cannot activate this card if you control any monsters in your main monster zone. So we can't, like, summon Jellyfish and use Umi to protect with a negate. You have to do it first. All right, you got to do this stuff first before you have any monsters. So let's show off the combo. Yes, you Hornet Drones. You make the token. You make a Kagari. You got to do it in this order. Kagari, opponent's burning us with some nonsense. Kagari, get back the Hornet Drones. Activate Hornet Drones a second time. That's right. It is not hard once per turn. You get another token. And now, very important, all right? We'll talk about this in deck list. You make a Sky Striker in the link zone, in the extra monster zone, with an arrow that points down. There's 2 of them, I think. So it doesn't matter which one, but it's got to be an arrow that points down. And then you can link it the other one. The other one doesn't matter. And now we have 2 effect monsters, and that is 1 snake. And we did this all with a single copy of Hornet Drones, which are going to be at 3. So you'll be able to play 3 of this. And it's not a hard once per turn. You see what I'm saying? This is sick. All right, now, before we do our Verte shenanigans, I'm going to summon my Jellyfish, because now that we've done the Hornet Drone stuff, we can actually get our negate live. So let's get the Legendary Ocean, get the Jellyfish. Now we got a Spell Trap, negate a monster, negate opponent. Evil Twin Challenge. Challenge is going to special summon one of their monsters, a little Evil Twin, whatever nonsense. Evil Twin is here. Evil Twin can activate, but we got Jellyfish to stop them from popping. Okay, so earlier I said we forced their pop. They actually summoned the monsters, but they didn't use the pop because they didn't have a target. So that this one was not activated yet. So they summoned a second copy, but now we have Jelly. Jelly negate. Deny the poppage. We will not be popped. Never stop popping. And now we're gonna go to battle. Opponent's got Boo Boo Game. Just a Wuboku. That's, I guess, Boo Boo. No Boo Boos for them. Fog some damage. They're gonna reduce our attack. We're gonna just deal a bit of damage here. Clear up their board. And now it's time to make the Sneck. Sneck. Activate. Send to the graveyard our Dark Magician and Red Eyes Black Dragon, which we should never. You never want to draw those. All right, they're in there. Just never draw them. Just pro gamer play. Never draw these. Never. Just keep them in your deck like a professional. Red Eyes Dragoon is here. We gotta negate by discarding our Ice Barrier, which lets us draw an additional card. That's a water monster opponent. What can you do? We got Jelly negate. We got Omni negate. We're gonna negate your effect to do stuff. Opponent was trying to do stuff in the graveyard. What were they doing? They were activating their Link 4. It summons, activate, banish this card and send a Evil Twin, and then send a card. We don't want them to send our Dragoon. That's a non-target send. That will kill the Dragoon. So we're gonna negate. We're gonna fire off the Sea Stealth attack to protect our back row in case they want to activate some sort of spell. Opponent, Lil Twins summoning the Evil Twin, keys to kill. This is going to activate, and what is it going to do? It's going to draw a card, and it's going to quick effect. You can special summon a Lil monster. And what's the effect that they're activating here? They're activating the summon effect. We're going to negate the summon effect. So I guess they could quick effect activate the second mode, but maybe they didn't have a Lil monsters to summon. I should have probably negated the second effect. But hey, now they don't have a card. We got the Ocean Dragonlord. Opponent. It's our turn now. We got Change our Heart. We can steal their monsters. Well, let's just summon our Ocean Dragonlord. Get rid of the Predaplant Verte Anaconda. It would have actually been a lot better just to tribute summon it, but, you know, this is more fun. More fun. Let's activate the Ice Barrier. Get ourselves a Ocean Dragonlord. And see, now you see why it would have been better. It would have been better to tribute summon. Although it doesn't really matter because this guy's a level 4. Oh, he can't tribute summon. I don't even know what I'm doing. Let's add to the hand the Sea Stealth attack. I forgot about my own legendary ocean. And that's lethal damage. Opponent getting cooked by Dragoon Umi. And that's really the deck. Like, we're playing regular Umi, and we just sometimes can make a Dragoon, which is pretty nice. So yeah, that's sweet. Let's go on to the next game. Also, I'm going to fix up my field. I had the sloppy field going on. I'm a professional. Let's go. On to the next game. If you like this sort of content, make sure to subscribe. We'll have more Umi content in the future. Might be doing Goatees next. People are saying Goatees are really good with Dragoon. Dragoon just really helps any number of non-like tier 1 meta decks. All you got to do is put your Dark Magician, your Red Eyes in there, and you'll be having a great time. So opponent just slams a Max C on us, and this deck, Umi, is just really like, you just don't care about the Max C, because you can just normal summon. So we have the option of doing our little combo. That would draw our opponents a billion cards and make Dragoon, but it's better to not do that. Let's see what we draw off the upstart. This should be a copy of Hornet Drones, but like I said, we're playing upstart instead, because Hornet Drone's not at 3 yet. Konami, too slow to implement. Well, let's use Sarcophagus, send Ice Bear to the graveyard. We are playing the Horus package because it's just a good way to deal with problem cards that we can't deal with. And one of those problem cards that Horus deals with really nicely is this card in the extra deck here. This card you may not have heard of, called Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, who cannot be targeted and cannot be destroyed by card effects. And one way to get rid of him is to attack with any Horus monster, and then Sarcophagus sends. But he can negate that, so you got to make sure they've used their negate, and then you can use Horus and King Sark and get rid of that pesky Dragoon. All right, now that we're done doing that. We got our Ocean Dragonlord. We're going to give opponent 1 card. Get our Dragonlord on the hand, onto the field by special summoning it. So opponent, your Maxi replace itself. There are going to be, very soon, there's going to be 6 Maxis. I in my heart, I was like, oh, maybe Konami will ban Maxi when they release the Fuoroses, but they're not going to. They're just going to let us play with 3 Maxis and 3 Fuoros. So there's another reason to play this deck, because you can just Umi and you don't have to summon a lot, and you don't have to play the special summoning meta. Oh, also, you know, Max C, They unbanned the Flounderies, so people are going to be normal summoning and your Maxie's going to be dead. It's going to be hilarious. Alright. Opponent playing Pendulums. Well, we got a negate and we got Ocean Lock. So can opponent playing Pendulums get through this? They're going to do some Pendulum stuff. My Duelist proficiency, we're going to negate this. Opponent's trying to boost the attack of their Pendulum monster with this double Iris Magician. So that I will negate with my Jellyfish. Seems like a low value negate until you realize that this means that my Jelly is too big for them to attack over. And now opponent won't be able to summon anything else. What do you do, opponent, from here? They go to battle, they crash because they need to clear this before they are allowed to summon anything. Now they're going to Pendulum. And they may think that they're clever here by getting all their stuff on the field, but now they vomited their whole hand here. It's all, they get to pick one. Pick one, opponent. Get Umid. They get to add this Wings of Light, which might do something scary. Back to our turn. We get the Whale. We're going to activate our Ocean Dragon Lord. Now, we got to think about, do we want to... Oh, I guess we can't because we have main monsters in our main monster zone. But if you do get in a situation where you have Umi Dragon and you have your Hornet Drones, you're like, do I want to make my Dark Dragoon? And if I do, you got to make sure you have cards in hand to discard. A lot of people... Casuals don't make sure they have a card to discard. Time Pendulograph. Use the effect. They are going to target a Magician card, and they are going to target a card we control and destroy them. So let's dodge. Sea Stealth dodge. This would also protect our back row. Opponent. Soul of the Supreme Celestial King. This is going to tribute a Pendulum and fusion summon Zark by banishing fusion materials on it from their hand, deck, extra deck, field, or graveyard. But its effect gets negated unless at least one of their Pendulum Dragon, XYZ Dragon, Synchro Dragon, and Fusion Dragon monsters are banished. So I was like, okay, they don't have anything in the banish zone, so that means it's going to be negated. But I guess they have the material in their extra deck they can use. Very confusing. Opponent. Wings of Light. We're going to negate that. We can't negate traps with our Jellyfish, but we can negate spells. So we're going to negate the Wings of Light. Stop them from adding a card. But they're going to get the Supreme King's Arc. And this guy is going to destroy all cards we control. Not our back row, thankfully, because we protect it with Sea Stealth attack. But they are going to send the Legendary Ocean to the graveyard, which is different from destroying it. Let's just quickly check how that happened. It was the effect of Double Iris. Double Iris sends. It sends... Add a Pendulum card. I don't actually know. Wait. Double Iris Mission Destroy... Oh, is this guy. When he summoned, destroy all cards. Okay, I don't know why it got sent. If you know what happened, you tell me. I have no idea how that happened. It got sent. The log doesn't even show me. It's gone now. That's fine. Our Dwarf is going to trigger. We're going to draw a bunch of cards. Except, there you go. They're getting their Pendulograph to the hand. Except he's going to die. Oh, he didn't die. Oh, right, because he can't die because Sarcophagus protects him. He can't be destroyed by effects that don't target. This is why you play these guys. They're so good. All right, now we're gonna send another horse to the graveyard. We're gonna Sea Stealth. We can't summon our horse because we are waterlocked because we activated this Ice Barrier a turn and a half ago. We can attack and clear this Supreme King's Arc, but I forgot to attack, so we'll just do it next turn. We got our Umi Lock live. There's nothing opponent can do. Dragon Shrine? I don't think so. Get out of here. Opponent trying their best to get out of this. But we got two Umis. They can't attack our Horus. Horus non-target send is the only way to deal with this because this guy, he can't be destroyed by card effects and he can't be targeted. He's got the same protection as Dragoon. So now we got two Jellies. We got two Umi Dragons. And we're just going to use Horus, clear this guy, and that should be lethal. So let's get back our Horus. Let's search for a card. Let's boost our team with the Legendary Ocean. Let's send this Zark to the graveyard. Bye-bye, Zark. Horus is the way to clear stuff like this. We also have in the extra deck a Underworld Goddess of the Closed World to get rid of monsters that you can't deal with otherwise. And yeah, that's a game. Very good. If anyone plays Pearly, that's how you get rid of Pearly. Let's go on to the next one. All right. We got a pretty good hand because we got our Mobilize, which means we can search for our Sky Striker Hornet Drones, which means we can get a Dragoon, one card Dragoon, which is very nice. 6 copies of one card Dragoon, love that. And if that was negated by an Ash Blossom, we have the Fish Sonar and the Jellyfish and the Umi to just do our normal Umi lock. But if we're lucky, we can do both. We can get Umi lock and we can get our Dragoon. You do have to be careful about your sequencing. Obviously, I mentioned earlier that you don't want to summon your Jellyfish until you've done this. So this has always got to be the first thing you try to do. Hornet Drones again. Now we can summon the Jellyfish now that we've used our Hornet Drones twice. So you can play around Nibiru this way if you have Jelly and Umi. So that was why I summoned the Jellyfish now. So it's like, if they have Nibiru, I can negate Nibiru. Let's make the Echina. Let's make our Snake. And another fun thing about the Snake, alright? This does sometimes happen. You can activate the Snake's type changing effect to make your opponent's monsters, if they happen to have a water monster, you can make their monster non-water, and that can mess people up. Alright. Predator Plant, activate. Fusion summon the Dragoon. And we're going to activate Fish Sonar. Another fun thing you can do, alright, because this guy, he says, yeah, target a monster, make it dark. Alright. So you can target your opponent's things. If they have a water, I already said that. Opponent. Activating a Bestial. We're going to negate that one, because it's unlikely that they have multiple Bestials in the hand, and we don't want them searching for stuff. There we go, alright. Pass to the opponent. Now, I did opt to Jellyfish over having the Umi lock in this instance because I was worried about Nibiru more than I was worried about Umi locking them, but may have made more sense to just hold the Jellyfish in hand and tribute summon the Snake or the Nibiru token. Opponent, Bestial. We're going to negate that. We're going to negate that a second time. No Bestial for you. Now our Jellyfish is extremely thick. Will not be attacked over. Opponent getting a second Bestial. This one I am happy to let go. We could negate it with the Dragoon by discarding our Umi Dragon, but you know, it's fine. Opponent going to activate a Luber. Going to search for the Brand of Fusion. Always hold your negates for Brand of Fusion. They only have one of them. Brand of Fusion at 1. Negate. Gotta dump our Umi Dragon, but that's fine. Definitely don't want them Brand of Fusing. Opponent going to battle, hitting our Snake. Snake has done his job. He has no more uses now. We have no more targets for the Snake in the deck. Could make sense to play Super Poly and a Super Poly package in the extra deck though. Alright, Mobilize cannot activate that, but we can discard it to negate effects. Opponent. Bestial to summon itself. We're gonna let that one go. We have 2 negates. Opponent's got some scary back row. Pop number 1 with the Dragoon. Activate. Pop number 2 with the Dragoon. Bestial Druid Swarm. This is the scariest one, because this one, if it gets sent to the graveyard from the field, they can target a special summon monster we control and send it to the graveyard. I'm realizing this affects targets, so it's not actually scary, because it can't target Dragoon, and this guy was normaled, so you know what? This isn't scary either, but I'm going to negate it. Get negated, opponent. Jelly Baboost. Opponent. Get popped with the Dragoon effect. Get burned for 2,500. Go to battle. And unless opponent has some sneaky trick, this is going to be lethal, and we have 1 negate to stop it. They're getting back Brand of Fusion, that's fine. A bunch of damage. And opponent trying to Branded Banishment, summon a Branded Infusion summon. I don't think so. Get negated. Opponent is your last card. Oh, Waboku. Is your last card of Waboku. It is not. Lethal damage with the Jelly Sting. Love to see it. Well, let's go on to the next game. On to the next game. We just keep drawing the Hornet Drones. It's just that easy. And we have Horus. So it does make sense to do your Horus first. Bait your interaction a little bit, I guess. But it also sometimes just makes sense to Hornet Drones. Other nice thing about Horus is we can discard a spell. So we might be able to get 3 spells in the graveyard when we activate our Mobilize. Which means we draw an additional card. Draw Jellyfish though. Not an additional spell that we can discard. Let's get the Kagari. Kagari, get back the Hornet Drones. Oh yeah, sorry. What am I saying? Yeah, you gotta do this first. But sometimes you want a Horus just to bait their interaction. Alright, now we do the combo like usual. Sometimes I summon a different Sky Striker in the extra monster zone because there's 2 different ones. Make our Verte. Activate the Sarcophagus. Summon the Imseti. Discard the Jellyfish. Summon the Horus. And make a Harbinger. Hope Harbinger. Spell negate. And now we can make another negate. Unfortunately, we only have one card left in the hand, but it's all good. We got spell negate. We got omni negate. Opponent, what can you do? Opponent is going to give up. 2 negates, too many. Love to see it. Let's go on to the next one. All right. Love the decks at the end of the video. Opponent. We are going first. A lot of people are letting you go first in this format. Oh, it's a Maxi. Again, we're not worried too much about Maxi. Opponent really a big fan of the Skull Servants too. Love the Skull Servants. This was one of the only lore things that I paid attention to. They did this. They do those little like lore things in the solo campaign, and I actually read I watched the whole Skull Servant one. It was very interesting. You got to read your Skull Servant lore. We're just gonna normal summon our Legendary Ocean here, because you know we can, and why give an opponent a card if they're gonna discard their Maxi for us? Let's just punish the Maxi a little bit. Opponent, what are you gonna do? They are also Horus players. They are professional Horus gamers. I love Horus. It's just a good engine that goes in any deck. It just doesn't have really any costs. You just throw it in. It summons some bodies. It deals with problem cards. Generic problem removal. Opponent gonna summon their horses. Now they can only summon these 2 because they are Umi locked. We get to summon our whale. Whale is here. Now, whale can pop a monster they control, but I'm worried about triggering their Horus effects. So we're gonna try not to Horus. Trigger the horses is what I'm trying to say. Sea Stealth Attack cannot destroy the horses because they cannot be destroyed by effects that don't target. And the Sea Stealth does not target. We're gonna try and send our Ocean Dragonlord. And we're gonna let it go. Get sent. Not a problem. Second Horus gonna crash into the whale. Whale is going to summon a General Raiho, and General Raiho is going to make it very difficult for them to play. All right, we got this in the deck. It says when they try and activate their effects, they have to discard a card, or the effect is negated. So these Horuses, their trigger effects, when they get removed from the field, they will need to discard cards to activate them. And presently, they do not have any cards in the hand, although they're going to thrust for something. Thrust for a Feather Duster. Oh no, opponent. I don't know if you know this. Oh no, they didn't read. They didn't read this card. It has a lot of words. All right, it's been 3 years of playing this game. This is in Duel Links too, and they just never read. They never read. Protect. Bounce the Raiho. Our back row can't be destroyed. Feather Dust does nothing. Opponent has no cards in the hand, so they have nothing to discard. Oh, they're gonna summon their last Horus. Okay. Make a zombie vampire. Okay. Opponent's got something. They got something. They got stuff. They're going to maybe steal one of our monsters. That's so annoying. Opponent milled our Dark Magician and Red Eyes. Like they only had to mill one, I guess, to mess up our ability to summon Dragoon. And I guess by sending both, it's fine, as we don't have any brick in the deck. Very funny. All right. Opponent making an SP Little Knight. SP Little Knight cannot do that thing where it targets a card and banishes it because it was summoned after they had already attacked. So you got to make sure you do this main phase 1 if you're going to do it. Opponent Lincoln into an Appaloosa. This is not very good against us. We already got our monster effects, and the Horuses, they don't summon as an effect. It's a inherent summon. King of the Skull Servants, a thick, scully boy, is here. Opponent also, you can't even activate this Appaloosa. We have General Raiho. You try and activate, you don't have a card to discard. You're gonna be negated. Oh, I didn't notice that. Opponent had the Doom King Baldrach, which can once per chain negate or banish, but opponent again does not have cards in the hand. Let's give them a turtle. They've been good. Let's give them a turtle. Let's get back our Ocean Dragonlord. Make opponent choose a monster to keep. Let's attack. Pop. Let's crash. Give him the smack. Give him a little life point damage. Save our Ocean Dragonlord. And opponent, I know you're playing the Chad Skull Servants, but let's see what you can do. Now they can get back their Doom King, and they can summon 2 Horuses from the graveyard. Oh, sorry, 1 Horus now because they got the Doom King. Only the Water Horus is allowed. They're discarding cards, which means they will not be activating any monster effects. And opponent, I know it looks like you may have a way to get out of this, but I'm pretty confident they are fully cooked here. Let's use Sarcophagus, send another Horus to the graveyard. So now we got 2. Let's get in there. Opponent gonna sarcophagus us. But we're also gonna sarcophagus them. Clear it. And poke opponent. Poke opponent for not quite lethal damage. Opponent is taking a beating, but they live. Let's resummon our Horus. Pass to the opponent. Opponent gonna summon White Princess this time, ignoring the effect of the Doom King. Not gonna summon him, realizing he doesn't do anything. White Princess was gonna reduce our attack, which is scary, so we're gonna negate that. Negate the effect to reduce. I would like my attack to not be reduced, please. I forgot that it was already negated because they didn't have a card in hand to discard. It's very confusing, but General Raiho says if a card is activated on the field, it negates it unless they discard. And the White Princess was in the graveyard when it resolved, but it was on the field when it activated. So you gotta Raiho remembers. Raiho remembers. Opponent getting their Horuses. Horus on. Let's Mega Fortress Whale. And now, earlier I told you that we shouldn't pop because it would trigger their Horuses, but now watch what happens. Trigger. Negate. Pop. But that does nothing. Umi Dragon. Goodbye temporarily. You will return. Opponent summoning some more stuff. Summoning some more stuff. But they can't activate any monster effects. So this very big King of the Skull Servants. He is very big. Doesn't really matter. Ooh, Hornet Drones. Bit late for that. Since our Dark Magician is in the graveyard. Oh, hey, cool. His art is different in this little thumbnail. Let's link off into the Verte. They're seeing that, right? Look, he's different. He looks like he looks like he's got his different art. He's got his cooler art. The Red Eyes too is different. Let's link summon our SP Little Knight and Benish, the back row. Sarcophagus is now gone. Opponent triggering your Horuses, but I'm sad to say General Raiho is not going to allow that. No activating effects on the field, opponent. You must discard cards in order to do this. I love a King of Skull Servants, Chad. So I feel bad beating this guy up, but you know what? We gotta do it. Give him the old Raiho smack. Pop him with a Sea Stealth. And that is lethal damage. Oh, just kidding. Opponent's got 100 life. We just didn't have quite enough. Oh, right, because of SP. SP Little Knight prevented us from attacking directly. Okay, opponent, you got 100 life. You got two set cards. You can't activate monster effects. I think you're pretty cooked. Give him the official 10-turn cooking. They've been in the oven long enough. Let's finish things off with a nice Jelly Sting. Stealth, Kragan, Pop, burn for 15, and opponent. Keep on believing in the Skull Servants. I believe in you. Let's go on to the next game. On to the next game. Opponent chose, Big Daddy chose to go second. So opponents are choosing. They're choosing to go second. Let's dump this Feather Duster. Get our Sarcophagus. Draw a random card. And now we can activate. Send a Horus to the graveyard. And I already told you that we can do a 1-card play with the Hornet Drones. But I didn't show you, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Any 2 monsters, you can do the play and make Dragoon. So we can do it with the Horus as well. And this does require us to use 2 cards to make the Verte. So we have to use any random card that we discard. And we have to have another card in our hand to discard with the Dragoon, otherwise it does nothing. So very annoying that Dark Magician is here, because he's going to be in the graveyard. So that means we're going to have to hold one of these guys. We're going to have to hold one of these guys in the hand. We could also just summon them out and then use Dragon Lord's effect to add a card to our hand and then discard it. So gotta think about that. Verte is here. Let's activate Verte. Let's fusion. Oh, opponent. That's so mean. Opponent gonna imperm our snake. What are we gonna do? Now our free Omni negate is negated. Alright, well, his effect to stop us from special summoning is also negated, so now I guess we just do our backup plan of just doing the old Umi lock. Give him a nice little Umi lock. Let's get that Sea Stealth. And sadly, alright, I'm only playing 1 Red Eyes Fusion, so once this goes to the graveyard, we are not going to be activating our... We're not going to be special summoning our Dragoon. So Dragoon is offline this game. Very sad. Very sad. Alright, Sea Stealth is here. Opponent, can you beat Umi lock? Also, what are you doing? Big Daddy, what are you doing? Opponent playing Black Wings. Maybe they don't... I don't think they know... I don't think they know that their Umilok, so this isn't going to do anything really. But I'm going to negate it because I don't like Black Wings. You shouldn't negate this because we should negate something that would like disrupt us, and this bird is not going to do anything. Opponent, Black Feather Whirlwind, summoning a Blackwing, can't do anything. Hitting our snake. Main phase 2. End phase. Alright. Blackwings under Umilok are basically fully cooked. So, sorry. Sorry, Blackwings. Sorry, not sorry, I guess. Let's see stealth. Let's do something really funny. Let's summon our Horus and tribute our Umi and summon Dark Magician to flex on our opponent. Get back our Imseti, hit our opponent for 1 billion damage, except we're going to get back our Ocean Dragonlord to make sure that they can't summon any more Blackwings. And now, next turn, we can hit our opponent with the animation on the Dark Magician. Opponent doesn't, their connection failed. They had just a really bad router, I understand. It would have been really cool if Dark Magician attacked. And we got the animation, though, in this deck that is not really intending to summon Dark Magician, but love to see it. Let's go on to the next game. All right, now a lot of people ask me this question, like, what rank were you playing? So my rank went down because the season ended, so I was back in gold. So I used this to get back up to platinum rank. So I didn't actually, I think I lost like 2 games. I think I lost 2 games, and I played like 15 games. So the deck's win rate in gold was insane. So we'll see if you play in platinum, it might not be as successful as that. That's a pretty ridiculous win rate, but definitely will get you out of the low rank very quickly. Gold's not the lowest of ranks, but all right. Verte, activate Fish Sonar, tribute summon, or we can just normal summon him. It doesn't really make a huge difference. Activate our Ocean Dragonlord, get a card in the hand, and we got a card to discard with the Raiho, so we are feeling good. We got Umilok, we got Raiho, opponent. Activating a Cyber Emergency, and it is a Cyber Emergency because they are going to need some answers to get out of this situation. Umilok, Omni Negate. Oh, okay, setting some cards. Pass and back. They summoned a Cyber Dragon. Don't think that's going to be enough. Let's get the Dwamatef. Let's get a Sea Stealth 2. The nice thing about this guy and this guy, alright, they pair really nicely because Ocean Dragonlord just lets you add a card to your hand each turn. So you always have something to discard. Let's get popping. Never stop popping. Pop the Cyber Dragons. Tribute summon the General Raiho. So now opponent's going to have to discard if they want to activate any monster effects. And they're not going to be activating monster effects because they are dead. And their back row apparently was nothing. Love to see it. Those are the games. Let's go on to the deck list. All right, here it is. This is the deck list. Now, before we start, all right, these two are 2 extra copies of Hornet Drones because Hornet Drones is still limited to 1, but in like 5 days, it's going to be not limited to 1, so you can get your additional copies of Hornet Drones. If you want to make changes to this deck, all right, maybe you want to play more hand traps. Maybe you're not a max C hater like me, and you want to play max C. You can take out these like stealing effects. They're very good going second, but just drawing more cards is also quite good. You could also cut you could trim the mobilizes because they just get ashed. So if you have 3 Hornet Drones and you don't have the engages, that's probably fine because it just makes you more resilient to Ash Blossom. All right, that's my fluff content. Let's get through the deck list. We got Dark Magician, we got Red Eyes, we got triple Electric Jellyfish, we got 1 Ice Shade Chamora. This is probably cuttable, but because I'm playing Ice Barrier, I just love to have this in case I get stuck with a Ocean Dragonlord in my hand and I have the Ice Barrier, and it's just like, okay, I just want a way to summon it. Never used this in any of the games that I played, I don't think, actually, but it was in there, so yeah, you could trim this if you wanted. Triple Ocean Dragonlord, we got the General Raiho to go with the Whale. You can cut the Whale package as well, but I like to have it. I think it's good. Good additional backup plan. We got the Gameciel Turtle, searchable with the Ice Barrier to get rid of stuff. We got triple Horus, and we got 1 Dwamatef. Just playing the water one because we're frequently waterlocking ourselves, and so you'll only be allowed to have summon 1 thing. So that's why we're playing just the Dwamatef. Feather Duster, Mind Control, Change of Heart. You can swap these out for whatever second cards you want. You can play Ash Blossom. You can play Maxi. Do whatever really. We got 2 Upstart Goblins. Again, these are 2 additional Hornet Drones. We got 1 Red Eyes Fusion. We got Foolish Burial Goods to send our Ice Bear to the graveyard. Triple Engage. We got triple Fish Sonar. We got the Legendary Ocean. We got the Sea Stealth. We got the King Sarcophagus. We got our Hornet Drones. We got the single Widow Anchor because it's searchable with the Mobilizing Gauge. And especially right now because I'm playing a deck with only one of these. If you draw this, the Mobilizing Gauges are dead. They won't let you do anything. So that's why I'm playing the Widow Anchor. Also a solid card. It's a negate. We got 2 Ice Bears and we got the Sea Stealth attack. In the extra, Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, Jelly Sting. We got 1 Kraken Spawn. We got the Hope Harbinger. We got a Zombie Vampire. We got a Divine Arsenal Zeus. We got a Stupor Starflare Typhon. We got Kagari, Shizuku, Hayate, and Kaina. You could probably trim one of these. Actually, you probably trim the Shizuku. This one you can probably trim. It lets you add Sky Striker spells to your hand, but from your deck at the end of the turn. You could trim this one and play something else. It's not important. The only ones that are important are you have to have ones with the down arrows. So that's why, like, if you want to play the minimal version of this package, you just play 1 Kagari, 1 Kaina, 1 Hayate, and then you can't mess it up because these both have link arrows that point down. All right, we got the Verte. We got the SP Little Knight. We got the Unchained Abomination, just for in case we want to pop stuff, mostly back row. And we got the Underworld Goddess to get rid of stuff. That's the deck. Hope you liked the video. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you want to see next. And I'll see you again soon. Merry Christmas. Goodbye.